Hello and welcome to MBDG's coverage of the Finnish Championship 2020 here at beautiful Sibbe Disc Golf course. We are here at round 3. It's the front 9 and the Perfect Flight commentary duo is back. My name is Jørn Kvig and of course, as always, with me, Dean Schaub. And who do we got on this card, Dean?
Yeah, heading into moving day. First up, we have the leader, Nieminen, the Finnish forehand master. And of course, we have Niklas Anttila, the Discmania sponsored young pro who plays with a very mature style. And third on the card is Samuel Hänninen, a prodigy disc player, Team Power Grip. We've seen him play before, very skilled player, nearly 1,000 rated. And Niko Rättyä, 994, also Discmania sponsored, very smooth player. I'm happy and excited to see these four guys get after it.
Yeah, there's 4 young guns ready to hunt down some birdies here at the upgraded and very hard Sibbe course. This is a new layout with plenty of new holes. There's longer. Yeah, we just in for a great treat. We start us off here at hole 1. Par 3, 90 meters. There's OB left and right on the road. You can see here the fairway narrows in towards a very treacherous green, Dean.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes can be made here on hole 1. What you really want to do is hang one out to the right side, maybe a mid-range for these guys. Let the disc do the work, fade into that basket nice and slow. But we've seen putts go out of bounds. We've seen approaches go out of bounds. We see drives go out of bounds. This is it demands your full attention to start your round, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You just gotta basically trust your practice because it's a blind shot. So you just need to know what kind of shot you have in practicing and just trust that you will do the same thing. No big surprise. We will see Jesse here starting us off with a forehand. Looks to be one of his Lucid X Felons. Hanging it nice and wide. Well executed by Jesse.
Yeah, it looks like it has eyes there, really avoiding that guardian tree. I don't know how.
And yeah, you know this T-pad in this area quite well, Dean.
Yeah, I've been the Sibbe course TD for Tuni for the last 2 years, so I've sat here for tens of hours watching people drive this hole.
And how about Niklas going that wide route as you talked about? Sneaking past that tree, and nice way to start the third round here at Sibbe with just a 3-meter putt.
Absolutely perfect. I saw Niklas and Oskari Wikström 2 years ago practice this hole for about 45 minutes while I was gathering scorecards, so I'm sure they have this one dialed in.
And here we have Samuel, and in the back actually the TD, Mikko, asking us to be quiet while Samuel laces this but needs to hook up a little bit, but not enough steam on that one, and ending up circle 2 for a well, I would say a layup, but you never know with these guys. It's going to be a tricky putt for Samuel nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was kind of an early surrender, like live to fight another day shot, or if it was just a little bit of a misthrow.
Yeah, and here we have Niko. Mashing one up there. Just looking a little bit tight. Keep straight. And keep straight enough. Absolutely park job by Niko. Great angle and speed control there by the young Discmania gun. I do not envy Samuel this putt.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what can happen. That OB is even closer than it looks on camera.
Yep. And here we have Jesse. A little bit closer. No. Just a little bit low for his first putt. Still with a smile on his face.
Yeah, yes, given that one a bit of a stare down. He did not love it.
That's a nice way to say it. And here we have Niklas. I like how thorough he is. Just setting up this is just 4 meters for these kind of high level athletes. It shouldn't be a problem, but knows what's on stake. It's the premier event for any Finnish disc golfer. Niklas just taking the time he needs. Niko just tapping that one out. Let's see. See here, a little cleanup from Samuel. Not the putt he wanted, but playing aggressive, knowing that he needs to gain some stroke, but ending up losing one on the very first hole here. Not the start that he wanted, of course.
And right off the bat, Jesse and Niklas are tied for the lead.
Yeah, there we go. And we're ready on hole 2, par 3, 89 meters, slight downhill, Mando to the left. You can see the OBs on the right-hand side here. There's also OB on the left-hand side. You will see some wider forehands here, just getting into position, which I think is the best play, but you can also go more straight at it, but then the low branches guarding the green will come into play much more.
Yeah, forehand's definitely the preferred play here. If you're throwing a backhand, it's got to be something slow like Niklas is doing here.
Yep. Get a skip off that rock. As good as you're going to get it with the backhand, in my opinion. And we have Niko. Going wide, but this looks too stable. And it's skipping straight into the crowd there. Staying out of bounds.
You have pretty mild conditions today, just a little bit of breeze.
And look at this hyzer flip from Jesse. It's a little low, but great angle control. Just missing the height a little bit. Which opens the door a little bit for Samuel to gain some stroke, going that wide overstable route, coming in fast, sticks the green, actually pretty nice for coming in on a very steep angle.
I like that play, just hang it out and see what happens. There's a lot that can go wrong on this hole. Like you mentioned, the OB on the left actually really does come into play near that shed.
And Niko.
Ooh.
Just a little low. Can only imagine his putting with his lock P2. Here we have Jesse. Oh, he wants to run it down, but just a little too low for him as well. Oh, 3 too low. Right off here at hole 2. Niklas, we see again taking his time, using his whale sack, keeping dry here in the Finnish sun as he just bangs that right in. And you gotta say, this is, looking at the course as a whole, this is one of the easier holes. Wouldn't you agree?
I would think all 4 of these guys expected to 2 this one, and yeah, we see Niko with the bogey, Jesse again with just a near miss par. And his body language is the same whether he birdied the first 2 or parred them, but I'm sure he's not happy.
Yeah, no, that's true. Let's see if he has some better luck here at hole 3. It's a par 4, 253 meters. A slight dogleg left out here on this beautiful fairway before the Finnish darkness of the woods come here into a very treacherous little corridor in towards the green. This is really a hole where a par really feels like a birdie, in that you need to have some really good placed tee shot, and then an approach which is again just super tight in towards the woods, and then the green, of course, where a lot can happen with the slope. So we'll see how the guys solve this.
Yeah, you really want to place your tee shot. You don't want to hug those trees on the left too tight, because as we'll see in the fairway, there are trees on the left side, whereas the right side is pretty open. We see Niklas doing exactly what I talked about. You definitely want to leave it on the right. Oh, no, he pinches it off just a little bit. So now he has more to deal with than you'd like. And by the time you finish this hole, you probably forgot your tee shot because it's so much farther. You said, you said it, a par on this hole, and you're walking away with a big smile.
Yeah, the tee shot it's tricky, but it's more the trick here is to make a good placement. I like this play from Jesse going a little bit lower, leaving him hopefully in the middle of the fairway-ish. But you want to be as close to the left-hand side without having any trees to be able to either hyzer flip something into towards the corridor or a forehand, because it's just so really tight. The second shot here, I would argue, is the hardest one. This is perfect.
Yeah, that is absolutely ideal.
Really nicely done by Samuel.
It's definitely one of those holes where now Samuel can reset, treat it as just a normal par 3 hole from where his drive is.
Yep.
Whereas if you mess up the drive, you're just struggling like we see here.
Oh, yeah, this is not where you want to be. Niklas will be forced to pitch out one way or another here. Yes, going overstable, trying to... Oh, that is actually really, really good from that far away.
That's so good. You almost just want to make meters from where he was, and he ended up putting it in a really good spot.
Just showing off that forehand power, and this is flexing out way too early for Niklas, which is now left with even more trouble than he had before.
I believe that was Niko.
Oh, sorry. And here going with the hyzer flip I talked about. Going understable.
Oh.
Perfect execution. This is, yeah, world class right there.
That flipped up so quickly. It's like you almost want to rewind and make sure he released it with hyzer. That was...
Well, Samuel. Oh, another pure, just almost acing the cameraman. That is fantastic.
Yeah, three out of 4 guys here are making us look a little silly for saying that this hole was really hard, but
yeah,
we guarantee that it is. We've been out there.
Oh, we've been both left and right on this hole. No worries. And Niko finding, I don't know, it'd have to be the smallest gap in Finland. Just getting a lot more distance than I would expect him from within those woods there.
Yeah, he had 2 chances there just to pitch out to the fairway. Took neither of them, and now he's actually in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Jesse just going pure speed with a harp, hitting and just skipping up under the basket. Great run by Niko to save his par.
Would have been an amazing 4.
And for the bird. Let's see if Samuel can make it happen then. Oh, a little left.
Real missed opportunity there. You're picking up strokes on, I'm guessing, 95% of the field.
Yeah, at least.
Going back to Niklas's run, I think that's an underrated part of his game. Every time he runs something a little bit long, I mean, this is about as long as a comeback as you'll see from his style of play.
Yeah, he gives himself opportunities to get those long birdies, those long putts, but making sure that he's going past, have enough speed, and not leaving himself too long of a comeback, like you said. It's
yeah, he's almost never short, and he's never that far long either. And yeah, it's over time it really adds up.
Moving on to hole 4, par 3, 122 meters. OB left, as you can see on the stakes, and OB on the right on the road and past it. landing right here as straight as possible and trying to skip towards the basket is the play to go. But you can go a forehand as well, leaving it out left over the OB. Of course, you need to have a disc which you can really trust to get in there, and also enough power to get out and not hit the rocks and start rolling, because that is really a great danger on this hole.
Yeah, I think Niklas going PD here, if I'm not mistaken. Like you said, stop me if you've heard this one out here at Sibbe, but a lot of things can go wrong on this hole. Those rocks are basically ski jumps if you hit them just right.
And Jesse going up the middle with the forehand. Heise flipping that one as well. There you have the bounce, but looks to be staying in bounds. Let's see what Samuel got for us here. We've seen it in some of the first rounds that people are just opting to lay up and just happy with the par on this hole.
And shout out to the whole sponsor, home of the Toonie Burger, the Box Cafe and Grill.
Oh, we've been there a lot. And Niko is not laying up. He's going low, which might be a good idea because he's coming with that much speed. I think the disc was a little bit tempted to skip out of bounds, but hitting the rock behind it and has an easy run for a long bird. Yeah, it's a little bit too long. Can't be expecting too much from that distance. It's 25 meters, so. Yeah. Samuel is disgusted. He don't even want to look at the disc when it lands. And we see Jesse is actually much closer than I thought from the first angle there. And he has an opportunity to gain a stroke here on both Niklas and Samuel. And again, leaving it too low. It has an unfortunate roll as well, leaving it a comeback uphill putt.
Yeah, it's 3 birdie putts now for Jesse, all missed.
Hey, Niko, making that happen. Even showing off his own signature lock disc. If you are not following Niko Rättyä on Instagram, you should. There's a lot of random stuff there, but he can throw for sure, and he's pretty entertaining as well. So,
yeah, birdies and bogeys so far for Niko.
Putting on a show. If you look at Jesse's score so far in the round, and then Niko's, and then Jesse is on par, and Niko is also on par, but doing it 2 very different ways. We're at hole 5, par 3, 85 meters. This is one of the easier holes on the course. The real danger here is hitting the birch that we just passed with the drone here. You will see some slight turnover backhands, maybe some touchy forehands. Just making sure you miss that first birch guarding the green, and you should be fine. So you'll see drivers, putters, mid-range, whatever makes you comfortable getting up and around that tree. Ooh, just not enough. Just hitting the side of the little pond there and staying OB.
That's the risk on a hole like this. You get a little too casual with a touchy forehand and leave it a little short.
Yep. Let's see if Niklas can leave it a little bit higher. Leave it a little bit more left. Trying to sneak in around. Hitting a tree a little bit before the green, left with a 30-meter putt, but up there.
Yeah, the ground around the basket's quite skippy as well, so you can't go in there with just a low screamer either, because you'll skip way past the basket.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. Showing off his Lucid X felon once again, and boom, there's the skip you talked about. Going out of bounds long. Definitely not what he wanted.
Looks like Samuel is lining up sort of a flex line.
Oh, this is stability for sure. He needs to sneak past and stays in bounds. That's a half a disc in bounds. That's all you need.
It's one of those right when you let it go, just be in bounds.
Samuel here, going. Oh, that's a great bid from a long way off. Let's see.
This is Niko's third shot.
Taking his time for sure. Yeah, get the height, but missing the line a little bit.
Still looking for his first par. Niklas with his P1.
Yeah, Niklas had a great season here in Finland this year. Made quite a few top 3 placements in the Partnership Disc Pro Tour here in Finland this season. Making some really good steps, in my opinion, this season. Looking at his results. And yes, sir. Making yet another par from OB.
Doing it in all different kind of ways as well. There's a circle 3. I know all those numbers are gray, but they feel different shades to me.
Yeah. 5 shades of gray. The Finnish version. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That was a bad one.
Moving on. Here we go. Niko lining up his bogey putt.
And keeping it red and green. Keeping true to the round so far. And moving on to a much longer and brand new hole. We're talking 306 meter par 5. This is hole 6. It's a beast. You want to get in around here, either backhand, forehand, whatever makes you comfortable. And from here, just stay in the fairway, please, because if you're going left, if you go right into the woods, you will be looking at some high level scrambling. Getting out here on the second shot is fantastic, and just having a look at a birdie on this hole, I would say is a good bonus.
Yeah, knowing this course so well, I don't know. I can't visualize where they thought, let's put in 1,000-foot par 5, but here it is. If you need to use the bathroom or grab a snack, maybe pause it and come back.
And this is looking good from Niklas. Maybe a little bit further back than he wanted, but you know what? Is wide open there, so.
He's so skilled. You think he's even using the mulch there to slow his disc down. Really got to place this drive, hit the tunnel.
Yeah, and this is no easy tee shot either. As you can see, there's trees all the way. That you're throwing basically a corridor, and it's not easy. You see Jesse going a little bit longer than he wants to. Doesn't get a fade in the end in towards the middle there, but not a bad shot from Jesse. Let's see Samuel going with that overstable blue one again. And this is as good as you're going to see. Perfect placement.
That's exactly what you want. Follow the walkway. Keep it smooth.
The path of least resistance. That's what you got to do here. And Niko clipping that tree and fading off early. And oh wow, he's going to go a backhand Annie over, trying to gain even more distance. Not enough height, not enough turnover in this. It's actually not a bad result.
No, he just saved about 10 minutes of climbing, I think, and then getting back down. So
I think you're right. And here you see Niklas going, like I said, maybe a little bit further down than he wanted, but it's wide open. This is a perfectly executed second shot, just swinging around those trees into another great fairway hit. And yes, with a great flex, flexing out just in time. Let's see Samuel with the greatest drive of them all. And it's a little bit tight on the left hand side. Gets a, I would call that a lucky kick actually. And here you have Niko. Forced to go creative. Forehand anti-flex. And is off the fairway, but you know, it's not too bad off there. Oh, how about this, Dean?
Yeah, really going for it there. You could see by the height. Niklas doesn't make mistakes on height control, so he was definitely going for it. Just hyzered out a little early. Jesse with another forehand.
And Samuel. And this is technically on the fairway, but you can see how tight and wooded it is, and this is awesome.
Whoa.
that is a great shot from Samuel.
Yeah, full grimace on his face, just lining it up, and then absolute perfect execution.
Niko scrambling his way. This looks a little bit too stable. Fading out left, but you know what? There is some openings up there, so it's not the worst place to be honest. Oh. Yeah, the result didn't match the look of Niklas' throw there.
No.
As we see, and ooh, not enough angle and a little bit too much oomph from Jesse. Meant that he flew past the basket there.
Niko from somewhere in, somewhere in Sibbe. He's seeing a lot of the course on this hole.
Yeah, that's for sure. He, if you ever want to be a hole sponsor at Sibbe, this is the hole to sponsor because you will get more screen time than anyone.
Yeah, Can-Am getting their money's worth today.
And even with that fantastic shot, Samuel finds himself at 16 meters and almost canning that one.
Jesse here in the woods, whenever he throws a forehand that doesn't work out, you're almost like, why? Because you're so used to just seeing kind of automatic results, but see if he can cash in a very difficult putt here.
Oh my. Yes, get that fist pump action. Smack that disc and get going. What a par save. Ooh, almost. A little hot from Niklas.
Yeesh. So we got Jesse keeping the par streak alive. It's a par party out here at Sibbe. Niklas goes to -1 on his round.
And here we get the replay of Jesse's fantastic par putt. Dead center, nothing but mid-pole there. And we're back at hole 7, par 3, 78 meters. I mean, backhand, forehand, turnover, flex, Annie. doesn't really matter. Just get it up there. There is a room on both left and right hand side, but I'll be honest, this is one of the holes at Sibbe, which is right there. You can see it. It's right there, but somehow there's always end up in some kind of trouble.
An absolute headache of a hole. You can stand there staring at your bag, and almost any disc you think you can get it there, and none of them work out.
Yeah. Yes, he doesn't pay any attention to that. Going slight turnover with his harp on a forehand, which is Samuel here. Going backhand with a mid-range, it looks like. Higher, this will catch some letters for sure. Actually, never mind. He is a wizard and just finds a way. Still left with a 30-meter putt, though, for his birdie. Let's see what Nicholas got in store for us. Going high, and this looks... Oh, just hitting that one branch.
Yeah, this is a hole where you can watch 4 players and see 4 different approaches. It's a lot more uphill than the camera will ever show.
Yep. Let's see if Niko is going to make this a green or a red hole this time. Oh, it looks like it's... Never mind. It's so easy to find something on your way up there.
Yeah, Sibbe's redesign has actually gotten rid of some of these holes where you're kind of throwing rock to rock and things like that.
Yeah, adding a lot of length to the course. Of course, with the pandemic over us here in 2020, it meant that a lot of the tournaments planned did not happen, but the NBDG crew did not sit around waiting for things to happen. They have created some awesome holes, made a lot of good new upgrades to current or existing holes. So a great job. And looking at the Sibbe course now, it's even harder than it's been in the past. Great putt by Samuel, just banging that one.
After that drive, it's almost a bonus birdie, banging that one home. He goes to even on his round.
Let's see if we can find some green for Niko. Nope. So he made it a red hole this time. Going back. Hitting that one. And keeping on the right side, with the colors. And for Niklas, he's just going to tap out his par. And for the first time in this round, yes, hopefully we'll get some color on his number. And he gets the green. Easy birdie, great drive by Jesse.
Yeah, the old monkey off your back kind of putt there.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, let's run it back. Look at that high. A lot of highs are on that putt. Got to be confident to putt like that. Nice putt.
Yeah. Solid power behind it as well. Awesome putt. We're here, hole 8, par 4, 156 meter. Just keep it straight, keep it true, down to around this area. You'll do that either with a long forehand or a slight turnover backhand for a placement shot, getting your way into the green here. But I would say, Dean, that the tee shot here is really the key.
Yeah, you cannot get off the fairway on this hole. A lot of times you'll see a group of 4, 2 guys get off left, 2 guys get off right, and it's kind of like, we'll meet you when we finally get to the basket, see you in about 20 minutes. It's treacherous down there.
A little early release for Jesse, but it's a great result. Ending a little bit right, but still, it looked like it was heading straight into the woods, but just kept it line. Now we will see a little bit of a turnover from Samuel, I think. Oh, Heise flipping that. And nice little tree kicking it into the fairway.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him beat that tree and kind of hyzer back. That had some serious distance moving on this hole. But he'll live with that one.
For sure. And Niklas is hyzer flipping this. Fantastic.
Wow.
One of the furthest drive we've seen here.
I mean, that's really, you could take those two drives and you see the difference between a almost 1,000 and a 1016 rated player with the hyzer flips. No offense to Samuel.
And Niko is going with some sort of Niko Lissot route. Sky Annie, finding the woods on the right hand side, been getting a lot of distance. Ooh. Little kick for Samuel. Here we have Jesse. Ready to catch another bird. Go! He's going high.
That was surprising. Yikes.
What a kick. Not what I wanted there.
You almost never want the rocks to dictate what's going to happen here over at Sibbe. And putting one on an edge like that, you're going to get a pretty bad roll away around here.
Yeah. There's Niklas. Looks to be a tactic.
Masterful.
Fantastic. And Niko finding no way to the basket.
Just
gotta go.
Looking for daylight. Come on, Niko.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay. That's that was actually not bad.
Can we just have him on every card? Just put a fifth guy on there.
Niko Cam. I love that idea.
Even rocking the necklace. I like the style, Niko.
Yeah. Easy peasy
Hey.
for Niko. Getting another green. Keeping it colorful. Well, we'll see the rest of the guys clean up. Nicely done by Niko and Niklas. And it just shows how tricky this hole is. Both Samuel and Jesse with actually fairly good drives in the fairway, just being pushed away by the trees. Going here, the hard hole, hole 9, par 3, 73 meters, hazard hearts here in the beginning, and then of course OB long. Just gotta get something floaty down there, either a forehand or a backhand. The distance is not the problem, it's just not blowing past the basket, but also making sure you do not hit the hazard zone, because there is a devilish TD who has not cut the grass so much there, so it's almost like Velcro. If you hit there with the disc, it will stick.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the hazard. You also don't want to skip off those rocks like we keep talking about. It's a touchy shot, but like you said, floaty. Just send it on its way.
Yeah, and ooh, and there you go. It's a little bit of the ground action that you can expect on this hole.
Yeah, this is a trust your stuff kind of hole.
Oh, for sure.
Shoot your shot. You know you can do it.
It's right there in front of you. And
ooh.
Yeah, that's great execution by Jesse.
That's kind of the challenge, the hazard line there.
Yeah.
You can see very little wind, which is great playing this hole.
Yeah, leaving this one a little bit left, but not too shabby. Samuel. Looks like Niklas got a clear view towards the basket from behind the birch there.
And Niklas on the tee pad, a rare big show of emotion. Really didn't like this drive, but cashes in the birdie.
Get it on.
That little floaty, give it a chance, and that one went in.
For sure. No doubt. Let's see if Niko makes 2 green in a row here. Oh, no. Looks like we will have the first gray from Niko. Let's see if Jesse... Oh, sorry, Samuel can make this. Oh, oof. With that power and that direction, heading straight towards the OB there. Luckily, stops in one of the trees here, but left with some distance to save his par. Top left, am side.
Yeah, the non-hazard bogey here is not the way you want to finish out your front nine.
Sure. Great execution for Jesse, finding the second birdie of the round. And with that, starting the chase and are tied with Niklas.
Yeah, if we go back to hole 1 and 2, Jesse could have easily had a -4, -5. But he'll settle for -2 on the front nine, tied with Niklas.
Yeah, not a bad start for the guys here, as we see that big putt from Niklas in slow motion. Slight hyzer, perfect middle of the basket. It's perfect. It's perfect. Want to thank you guys for watching the front nine here at round 3 at the Finnish Disc Golf Championship 2020. Just gotta give a shout out to all the natural born disc golfer Patreons making the coverage happen. We can only assume that you will back for more on the back nine. Will you be there, Dean?
I will be here. Can't wait to see what happens. We got some new holes on the back nine. Looking forward to seeing these guys attack those. And of course, the signature hole 18.
Yeah, look forward to some big drives in the back nine as well. And some big putts, of course. We'll see you guys on the back nine.